Welcome back to Riding Bikes in San Diego, where we are on Montezuma heading west in the SDSU college area, and traffic's all backed up. I already know why it's backed up though, because I do this ride quite often. They're doing construction on the stretch between 54th and Colwood, and that is disrupting things just a little bit. I just wanted to give you a video where we pass cars. It's a lot of fun for people riding bikes to pass cars, and I love transit, but we're also going to pass that bus. That bus is going to go slowly because there are too many cars on the road. All this gridlock is happening, a bunch of drivers blocking the box, and now I love that little bike symbol, just hanging out in space, and then this white line that's meandering all over the place. And just passing drivers. So this project's been going on for a while. Back in December, they started grinding up Montezuma from Colwood to 54th and back, and then they did the whole thing. They put down flex posts. They didn't pave this side though. They repaved the east side early on, but they didn't pave the west side, the westbound side rather. And now that project is going in, but in the process they had put in a bike lane and flex posts and then tore them all out. So, they're doing this. I've been saying that they're doing this twice. The other side they definitely did twice, just wholesale ground up paint and flex posts twice. This side they half did it, and now they pulled it out and they're doing it for real. That's a good thing, because this side, not only was there just a little painted line, but it was pretty narrow and the pavement was garbage. So now they seem to have redone that whole bit. And I'm going to go at this light. And I'm going because the drivers behind me were all about to get pinched. Because one of the things that happens when there's road construction, even when they're doing road construction for a bike lane, there's cones telling drivers where to go, but there's no more dedicated space for people on bikes. I don't want to get pinched. I don't want to be competing for space on the narrow spot with them. Also, I know that we're going to hit a wall of cars. It's just a matter of time. Watch. We're going to go around this bend here, and sure enough, you could see the other drivers up there. I thought about just dipping over to the left and being in that area we're not supposed to be in while it all dries, but the cones are there for a reason. I don't want that pavement to get messed up, and I don't want to set a bad example for other drivers. Plus, I don't want to run into all these guys who are working and doing a great job. So I tell them so. I thank them. And now I have just a little bit of space to the right as we pass a bunch of drivers. Let's just enjoy that for a second. Well, we're going to stop at the red light. And then it turns green. For all you people who are really bent about traffic lights, stopped at that one. And then, of course, we get over here. And I think that this is important. This is a big buffer area. Now that the block before this has flex posts, I wonder if they're going to put anything in or do any improvements over here. That's part of what happens with infrastructure. We have these gaps in the bike lanes, and even when they fill things and make things better, it kind of just starts making the rest of it look worse. And we've talked about this stretch for a long time. I have mixed feelings about it. On the one hand, it has a huge buffer, and this is actually quite a bit of space. On the other hand, you can see the way I'm bouncing up and down. There's a lot of unevenness on this pavement because of tree roots. And I'm not saying cut down the trees. But I am saying that there's got to be a way to make this a little smoother. This is also a place where, if you recall back to November of 2023, I ate it pretty hard over here and couldn't walk for a week or two, and it was a bummer. But once the bike lane behind me gets some kind of protection, I start wondering about this bike lane in front of me and what I'm on, and start wondering what we can change here to make it better. So we're going to keep thinking about how to make things better as we do. I am very excited about those improvements on that block on Montezuma. Now I just wish I would see that kind of work in other places around the city. And if anybody from the city is watching, if you want to put in real infrastructure, try El Cajon Boulevard. I wouldn't even be on Montezuma if El Cajon Boulevard was a safe place to ride. But we're going to think about that while we continue on, drive less, and ride a bike. Thanks.